Good morning, design team. My name is Thomas, and I have been assigned the home assignment for the job UX UI designer, and I will walk you through that. So my assignment was to do the UX audit of two devices, the router and a camera. And I've decided to make a video about it because I truly think that just design things as a designer is just half of your work. But actually the way how you are talking about it, how do you present it, it's as much important, maybe even more than the actual design. So I hope this will give you a better overview about how do I work and what kind of person am I. So if this is gonna work, can make the best decision for your company. So I will go you through two steps setting up the router, which was first part was the hardware at electricity, Ethernet cables, stuff like that, and the second part was go through the camera. So I have started with unboxing the router. For this, I really like the nice and simple packaging. I can really see that you really wanna be like an Apple. On the other hand, when you open it, that you have that kind of light brown box. The QR code is white and it's super small. So maybe for some people it will be very hard to see and to actually use it. And later in the process could be a bit confusing since you have quite a lot of apps on the App Store. Plugging into the electricity, I think there was no problem about it. I really like the display that shows like what's going on and what you should do. And also I would suggest to think about maybe adding more colors. You have that blinking top. It's just white and blue, and adding like success and error color in some cases could probably help the user. Then plugging in, also there was no problem about it. Downloading the app, I was a bit confused about the naming because even on the website, like in a header it says Unify, but the actual URL it's Ubiquiti. The app it's called Unify. So I was like, what is the name of the company? And after the downloading, I would really suggest to think about some kind of animation, like the generic one that could be used across all Ubiquiti universe, because it creates like a really good impression. There was some kind of splash screen, but I think it could do better. And what I was surprised was when you open the app, the first is allowing you to connect through the Bluetooth. I think it's okay, but because it's necessary, but based on the data, which I don't have, maybe you could add the screen before, which is totally possible because I was doing it for the company when I work for, and I have drafted some kind of thing then how it could look like. When I went through the inside the app, I was a bit confused about the avatar because of the blue stroke here. I thought it's telling me like something, or you need to do something there, but it doesn't. It's just design, and I don't think it's necessary to be there. And I connected through the Bluetooth, which was no problem. And let's get through the actual onboarding process. I have two parts of the screen because there is quite a lot of them, so I will go one by one and tell you my opinion about them. The first, searching for devices, I will try to avoid capitalizing letters. Just take a look how do you feel when you are reading it. There has been many case studies that for reading it's better not capitalize. It's also a very American thing, and also aligning left, not the center. And also the problem about the screen that you have something, then there is a lot of space, and then the buttons. So maybe just try to think about it, just put it in the middle, the animation on the top, just an idea. Login, here I will just keep it simple, don't put the rethinking IT, just add the name of the company. UI account, again, like, is there a difference between UI account and the actual account? I don't think so. So just just put the account here. Let's get here. Here I found out the differences between the rounding the corners. Here it's quite big and here it's small. If you would be using design tokens in your components, I would suggest to keep it similar. Just add 8 pixels everywhere, because these makes some inconsistencies. But if it's wanted, also okay. But it adds up like more bugs and more problems in the future if there is not just one, because it's not simple anymore. And the second is like this progress bar, it doesn't have value here. It's empty, it doesn't do anything. So why have it there? Second part, when you add the password, the progress bar just go all over through the screen. So maybe just if you add like a spinner next to the text, it could work as well, and to have it consistent. Then the notifications. Also, there was a. This is okay, but if you will add screen before, especially if you are trying to send like advertisements and sell through the notifications, this would be very, very beneficial. I tried to draft it like how this kind of screen could look like. And the rest of the part 1 was okay. I had nothing, no comments for the screen. The part 2, we will start with the MFA. Again, like MFA are sure that all the users know what MFA actually means, and also if you don't have to like highlight the text, if there could be like a icon to copy, maybe it could be easier for the users. Here, no sites found. I think like when you are using the icons and you don't have label or the name there, it should be super generic icons like home or settings. But these icons are not generic. I have no idea what they mean. And you have name on the top, so it's also confusing. It is very easy to change that and to add. It's better for orientation for the users. And also, second thing, the adding, maybe you can add on the right corner as a search. It could work as well. It's just an optional. Here, same thing. You can add the screen and explain the benefits, why users should allow this. I really like this screen. I can see the inspiration from adding the AirTag. Also, this one was pretty cool. And this one I like the most, since the animation, which is telling me how to connect it, and actually where is the right hole, where is the right place to plug it in. But then there was a problem. It didn't work, and I had no idea why. So I've started quite a long chat with my AI, and I've actually found out that the device, the Dream Router 7, doesn't work as a router, even though its name is router. So I used my old one from O2, then I have to plug it through the cable into the Ubiquiti one, and then it works. So it's basically an extender through the cable. And I'm not sure if this is good to the naming of it, or is it like a technical issue or my issue. I'm not sure. I would be just very upset as a user if I would pay so much money for the router which doesn't behave like a router. Just let me know where was the issue. I would be super interested about it. And then let's get to the camera. The setup flow was super easy. Plug it into the electricity, connect it. And then you go through the app. Again, I would just add a little life to it, because first impression is just one. So something like that could work. Then the notification, again, added the screen. Here also add a little more life. The screen is like super. It's not the same as the first one. Like the size of the illustration is different. and also centering right, and it could be just a bottom sheet if it's possible. And also when you are opening the console, it goes through the web. It goes through the web. You are actually leaving the app, but here it doesn't indicate to the user that you go away from the app. So maybe some kind of icon could help. And also when you click on the drop down at the top, you have little bug here. Managing the console here, it's super complicated, but I understand it's necessary to do so. But when you click on install, it takes a lot of time because you have to download a lot of data, and there was no progress bar. I mean, there was, but was like infinite, and I have no idea how long it will take. So just add the percentage or visual, like how long it will take, I think could help. Here there are like buttons, radio buttons, which are on the right. I've never seen this before, and I don't know why is that. But if you are doing the radios, they should be here. The actual bubbles. And if you are using the native approach, iOS doesn't have radios, so it should be switch or actually clickable items. There is more way how to solve this screen. Oh, again, this screen, maybe use the bottom sheet of this information instead, so users will see it beforehand. He doesn't need to go through all the others. And the rest of it, connecting to the network and actually trying to, the camera was pretty cool, and I really enjoyed, and there was no problem about it. So the summary, I think the app overall is super intuitive. I was checking even some reviews on some local resellers, and they really like the UI of the app, although there are some minor details that you could think about. And the primary challenge lies in terminology like unify, ubiquity. A router is truly router or not. That was super confusing to me. But on the other hand, I want to highlight the animations, the quality of them. They are actually used when they are needed, and also the native approach, which I think for the design department, it's adding more work, but on the other end, it's speeding up the development. So that was it. I wanted to thank you for your attention. Let me know what you think about this homework, and I'm super excited for the feedback. See you and have a great day. Bye.